Michael Madrigale. I'm the head sommelier for Bar Boulud and Boulud Sud in New York City. And the wine I chose was the 2012 Christum Pinot Noir. I have a deep appreciation for wineries that have a vision of winemaking before the status quo and the market wants that type of wine. They have mastered using stems in Pinot Noir with the fact that the aromatics, the texture, the flavor really shines through on these wines. And there's none of the downside of using stems.
Hi, I'm Mark Tarlov with Chapter 24 from the Willamette Valley in Oregon. This wine is Niethouse, Blaufränkisch. What I love about it is the dynamic sort of dancing quality to the way it changes in the glass and actually in each sip. So you put it in your mouth, it appears to be one thing, and 1 second later it's something else. It starts out as a blonde, then becomes a little bit of a redhead, and then I think it winds up as a curly-haired brunette. So I love it when you can have dinner with 3 women at the same time and get into no trouble with your wife at all. That's what I love about the wine.
Mi nombre es Pedro Rodríguez. Tengo una pequeña bodega en Ribeira Sacra, que es una región de Galicia, en el noroeste de España. Bueno, pues me gustó el Dr. Lorsen, pues el dry, porque es una región que para mí me sorprendió un poquito, porque era como ver esas fotos y esos paisajes, y era un poquito como recordarme a la zona de donde vengo, de Ribeira Sacra.
I'm Ernst Losen of the Dr. Losen estate in Germany. And I met this guy, the estate is called Guimaro, and he's doing a white wine and a red wine. And the interesting was, it has exactly the same steep slopes as we have in the Mosel, and it is exactly the same terroir, slate soil, you know? And the funny thing with the red wine, it's the same. I think it's fascinating. It's a fingerprint of the soil, you know? It's great.
I'm Lulu McAllister. Today I'm here with Eric Sussman, who's the winemaker behind Radio-Coteau, which is based in Sebastopol. You want to talk a little bit about the wine?
Sure. The grower is John Durkee. The wine was aged in pungent for 22 months. Organically farmed fruit.
I love the texture on it. The acidity on there, the texture, just that tannic kind of snap to it really frames the juiciness of the fruit there. And that savory element really ties it all together. It's wonderful.
I'm Ross Cobb from Cobb Wines, and I brought a 2012 Crocker here. Beautiful wine, number 6. I met this winemaker in Austria back in 2007, and it's become one of my favorites. I'm just really happy that they're here at the Wine and Spirits event and could try this again.
All right, so I'm Gavin Chanin, and the wine I chose to highlight tonight was the Banshee Sonoma-Coast Chardonnay. I was blown away by the quality and the price. It's $20 a bottle retail, which honestly should be the wholesale price. But fantastic flavors, great acid, great texture, and honestly one of the best Sonoma-Coast Chardonnays I've tasted recently.
Hi, I'm John Szabo, Master Sommelier based in Toronto, Canada. The one that I showed tonight is from Zind-Humbrecht, Domaine Zind-Humbrecht, Rangen de Tan Riesling. For me, one of the greatest Rieslings in Alsace, one of the most potent terroirs in all of Alsace. It's the only little sliver of volcanic terroir in the Rhine Valley on that side, on the Alsatian side. And each year this vineyard produces a wine that really stands out from the crowd. More earth character, smoky, savory, succulent, with a finish that lasts just about forever. I mean, I really think it's one of the greatest Rieslings in the world.
My name is Véronique Rivest. I'm a sommelier, and here to talk to you about Greek wine from northern Greece. It's the Malagousia 2014 from Zero Vassiliou. Fascinating grape. It's a bit the history of winemaking. This is one of the oldest wine grapes in the world, along with Muscat. Almost extinct a few years ago. Beautifully aromatic. This is a 2014, very floral, loads of jasmine, of ripe stone fruit. that beautiful freshness that you get in Greek wines. We're in a warm country, and yet the wines have such vibrancy, such liveliness to them. They're fabulous food partners. I could go on and on forever about this, but just a wonderful wine to try.
Bueno, yo me llamo Luis Sancho Rodríguez, vengo de Arnoia. Pues de los que he probado bastantes vinos, un vino que me impactó, que me gustó mucho en este evento fue un vino de Hunter Valley, Stirrel, y realmente es un semillón del 2005. Hay un recuerdo con los grandes vinos de nuestra zona cuando los hacemos bien, los años que sale bien, es muy parecido a este Tyrrell que he probado hace un ratito.
We're looking at Chios 2005 at one. We're looking at the Rodriguez Vascos Escoma 2004. We're seeing basically like kind of a decade on both of these wines, and we see this amazing symmetry between these two wines where they start to really show a lot of the similar characteristics. Stuff like bee pollen, puff wheat notes to it, toasted bread with like slightly cool butter characteristics to it are emblematic of both of those wines. There's amazing symmetry in those wines, considering that one is like a single varietal made in stainless steel tank, quickly to bottle. One is made with a variety of varietals, Torrontés, Albarino being used in there. There's a bit of barrel maturation taking place in there, and yet they both have this same wonderful verve for length, for time, and charismatic.
My name is Carlton McCoy. This is probably the one that stood out the most to me, the Great Tokaj from the Royal Tokaj Company. One, I love the history of the region. You look at sort of the progress of it, it's always been known as the greatest botrytis-sized dessert wine in the world. It predates Sauternes. They're sort of the ones who taught the world how to use botrytis to make great dessert wine. What makes it unique is, along with the really high sugar levels that naturally come with botrytis-sized grapes, you have super high acid, which is the rarity. That's a great thing that Tokaj has. Big, luscious, round, high sugar, right? It's a botrytis-sized wine, but it finishes very clean and high acid. It makes you sort of salivate. It makes you want to drink more and eat more. And that's the sign of a great wine. It makes you want to have another sip, right? Yeah.